Well, hello there. For those of you who know me, hi. For those of you who don't, hi. My name is Kortny, and this is my secondary channel. I have one channel that I do reactions on, and then I have this one that I wanted to create for more like personal things, like vlogging or I don't know. I've always wanted to start a podcast or just like a digital diary. And so this one I haven't given a lot of attention to, and I kind of want to change that. I every year I typically do a new hobby or find a new hobby or start something new. And last year it was to create some YouTube channels, and I did that, and I've had a fun last year. And I kind of want to continue that, but I want to give more life to this one and make more vlogging content, make more content that just follows me and my personality, and it's really just y'all kind of living along with me. Also, pardon my voice. I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, so I might sound different throughout the video, but it is what it is. Anyways, to move past, hi, welcome in. And today we're just gonna chill. I thought today would be more of my life story podcast sort of style deal thing. I like to call it Kortny's Corner. And I want to do it more. I want to have ideally, I would love to do weekly videos where I just sit and talk, and maybe it's, having conversations and just like sitting and chatting with music in the background, or I play a game. It'll most likely be playing a game because I love playing games. But yeah, just sitting and talking and chatting, and whether or not you watch it or watch it to just like have in the background, I don't really care. But today we're going to be playing Stardew Valley. I typically don't play past year 1. And I have a couple different farms, but I thought it would be cool to have a farm on this channel and like start it new on this channel and keep it going. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna do a new farm and we're gonna have fun with it. And what's this? Oh. Oh. No, I don't want that. What's this? What's remixed? Garrett Community Center bundles. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Farm name. I don't know what I want my farm name. I typically do it as Willow, or like, I don't know if I have an Evermore farm. I don't know. What should my farm name be? Well, this is just my name. Do I want to be a man or a woman? Let's just keep him as is. I'm gonna name him. No. Is there a first letter that we're kind of thinking of? Let's do Dax. I like Dax. I like that. Okay, farm name. I don't really know. I have one do like Willow. I have Evermore, Lunar. Let's do Lunar. I only think Lunar because I have a picture of a moon sitting in front of me. So my favorite thing, we'll do berries, mostly because I have blueberries right now. So here we are. We're definitely skipping the intro because I ain't doing that. Yeah, we'll leave them as is. Okay. So I typically I've done forest, I've done meadow, but my favorite one that I've found is hilltop, mostly because it can organize better in my mind, I think. Yeah, let's do hilltop. Do I want a cat or a dog? Oh, it's just cats. Oh wait, but my cat looks like different. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that's cute. It'll be Lunar Farm, and then once we get the cat, we're gonna name her Luna. Luna. Okay. Okay. Yay! Look at us go. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I haven't started a new farm in a while. Woo! Okay, yeah, thank you. We're gonna turn off sounds, but no, stop, please. We're not gonna do those sounds. Okay, I'm so sorry. I always turn off the sounds. I turned this on because my friend asked to just like watch me play one night, but I never have the sounds on, like ever. Footsteps. Yeah, we can have the footsteps on. Ambient, sound volume. We'll keep that on. Okay, we'll keep that on. You know, no footsteps. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're just gonna keep that there. Okay, we like that. Okay, what do we want to do? I typically... Okay, we leave that on all the time. Okay, here we are. I typically... What do I typically do? Well, I have parsnips and I need to start planting them, but I also need to start... I did have a farm over here. Should we switch it up? I feel like we should switch it up. I think... Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Go. Away. Anyways, moving on. When I typically do this, I have my chickens right here, and then I have my cows over here, and then I usually have like my farmland right here, and then up here, and then all the way around. But we can switch it up. Maybe I'll do my chickens over here this time. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll let them have a little fun over there. And then maybe I can just do all of my crop over here. We'll see. But for right now, I'm gonna start clearing some stuff up. Let's do this. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Me, I'm doing great. This past year has been probably one of the most interesting years of my life. Finding out that I had diabetes and, you know, learning how to live with that, and in and out of friendships, in and out of jobs. I quit 2 jobs without having another job lined up twice. I did it twice. And then now I'm going back to one of them. Now I'm going back to one of them here next week, actually. That's wild. Actually, in exactly a week, I'll be going back to the one company again. And honestly, I think it's to have some... I think it's just to have some normalcy. Again, I don't feel like I want to have a job right now that requires, I don't want to say a lot, but a lot. Like I don't want to learn how to do something or learn a new skill again. I want to chill. I don't know if anybody else has ever been in life where life is just kicking you in the balls and you just want to relax. I'm so tired. And I need normalcy. So I'm going back to that job. Not that specific job, thank goodness, because I would actually want to murder myself. Well, maybe. I loved that team with like every ounce of my being, and leaving that team originally was a really hard decision for me. But the people that, well, I'm gonna close this a little bit. The people originally that made me hate that job are no longer at a company anymore. So, which is part of the reason why I'm okay with going back to that company. I don't have to deal with that. So I'm going back. Fingers crossed it goes well, because I don't really feel like moving again. Right now I currently work at a hair salon, and it's the absolute funnest time I've had in a very long time. The people there are great. The clients that come in to get their hair done are funny. There's regulars. Like, they're honestly just great people. So, I'm one short. All right, we got to go find another wild seed, because I need to get one more seed to plant, or else it's going to be uneven and I'm going to be bothered by that. Anyways, I work at a hair salon right now, which is very different from my industry that I'm used to working in. So it's honestly a very interesting concept for just a job right now. I'm used to being in like a corporate America mindset of working until you die and ruining your life. And though those concepts are good for some people, I realize it's really life draining and absolutely terrible for me. I don't want it. I don't want to work the rest of my life and just like not have fun with life. So I'm really sad to be leaving my one salon job right now. I did get a second job because I was planning on not going back into corporate life, but once again, we live in a climate where that's not necessarily a luxury that you can have, not, working tirelessly. And I don't know. It's sad. I wish people could do what they want and have the jobs that they want and feel like they can still pay their bills. But that's not the society that we live in currently. Once again, very sad. And if you do have a job that you love, honestly, please, and I'm begging you, appreciate that. Realize how lucky you are to have a job that you love and have a job that like you want to wake up to every day and like want to go in and see the people. It's such a privilege. And as I've grown older as an adult, the sun is out. Oh my goodness. And now like that is so bright. Being older and being able to like know what privilege is, it's different. Because when I was younger, it was, $20 that can last you a week. And that's even, go to Taco Bell and eating off the dollar menu. That was privilege. The $20 that you got from doing chores. Now, privilege for me is, are there no seeds? I'm so upset. I just need one more just like seed, please. Wild seed, please. I'm gonna die. Now as an adult, I know I'm exhausted. Fine. I'm very upset by this, but it's fine. What am I doing? Right, I'm watering plants. Can I die? Hold on. Let's go try to find something to like eat somewhere. Now as an adult, I think privilege. F my life. Okay, I'll go home. I'm scared. I've never been this low on energy. Please don't die. Please don't die on me. I know. It's my first time on the farm. I'm dying. Okay. Yeah. Damn it. I didn't water them. It's okay. I'll figure that out tomorrow. Anyways. Whatever. Anyways, so what was I talking about? I don't know. This is what the majority of me talking is going to be. Me not knowing where I left off. Privilege? Was I talking about privilege? Yeah, I was. Now, as an adult, privilege to me is getting a full night's rest. I maybe sleep an average of like 4 hours a night, which is not enough rest for a human. I would say another privilege would be I'm putting another light up because the sun is out, but like bright. Okay, that's a little fine. But I'm like afraid it's too bright. Oh, that's better. Okay, we're fine. What was I saying? Oh, getting a full night's rest. That's one. Paying your bills on time. The bar's really low for what I deem as privileged now. It's okay. I'm very blessed with the life that I have, so I don't want to sound ungrateful. But I wish I had a lot more good things happen to me. I feel like this last year has really put me through trial after trial. And I just want something good. Like, I was actually talking to my friend about this yesterday, that like the people around me are really just like living their best life, whether or not that's like good best life, bad best life. I think it's good best life. But they're living their best life, and I feel so lost, not in a bad way, but this past year I've worked really hard on my health. I've worked really hard on my health. I've worked really hard on setting boundaries on certain people in my life and the access that they have. And I now I don't feel that my life is as chaotic as it has been in the past, and I'm bored. And I'm not currently seeing my therapist right now because I'm in between jobs and she's a little bit expensive. But I think that there's a component to not having as much chaos that causes you to feel lonely. I think having a life that's very peaceful, when you're so used to either trauma or, you know, bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, that when you don't have 50 million bad things happening to you, it's lonely. Like I don't have a lot of, actually I need you to come here. Okay, whatever. I don't have a lot of craziness going on, and it makes me feel like something is missing, which makes me feel very lonely because a lot of my other friends have things going on, whether or not they're married, in relationships, or busy with other friends. I'm an introvert, so making friends first and foremost is hard. And then not only is that hard, but Like, I also just like don't have an interest in doing those things until I'm alone. And then I'm like, why don't I have friends? Why don't I go out and do things? Why don't I have a community somewhere? I used to be really involved in church, and I'm not in church anymore just because the church climate isn't necessarily what I'm vibing with right now. I don't feel comfortable being in churches right now, which is such a new thing for me. Yeah. So there's just a lot of things right now that I'm very confused on. And I think that it's okay to admit that you're lonely for the right reasons. Well, obviously for any reason. The way that you feel is very validating, and you should feel the way that you feel. And because feelings are real. But I feel like I usually don't feel lonely. So it's new for me to have that feeling. Because I enjoy my company. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy doing things like this. Like, I'm literally, breaking a wall here, but I'm in my computer room chilling with my stuff, and I like my stuff. It's put together. It's neat. It's the way that I like it. But I'm in a place where it's my stuff. It's familiar. It's around me. I don't have to like feel some type of way. Like, I don't have to show up at a certain capacity. So I like this time. I like me time. I like this. But then there's moments where I'm doing this and I'm like, So right now I'm doing what my therapist would say, or what I think my therapist would say is, why do you think no chaos makes you feel lonely? And why do you want chaos? I don't think I want chaos. I think it's like a mixture of loneliness and bored and... I got another seed. Yeah. Let's plant the seed. Yeah. Hey, cool. Yeah. I don't think I want chaos. And I don't want to be busy either. I'm tired. Okay, can we talk about just the tiredness that is being an adult and just being human? The way that things are going right now, and I'm not going to go political. If you want to know my opinions on stuff, you're more than welcome to ask, and I'll express freely. But I am tired. Like, as an adult, I'm tired of certain storylines. I'm tired of different opinions. I'm tired of buying food. I'm tired of gas prices. I'm tired of everything. I'm so tired. And as a child, everyone was talking about, the 20s are going to be the best years of your life, and you're going to have the best time of your life. I can say that the 20s have been the absolute trash dog years of my life. So if this is the best years of my life, I'm out. Like, I don't want it anymore. But I feel like your 20s are the years where you're figuring out how to be an adult. And I don't think in this climate, in this economics period, in this certain period of time, figuring out how to be an adult should be the best years of your life. I think that it's either before that, where you have no responsibilities. I had a great time in high school, and I know some people, say that this happened and that happened in high school, and I empathize with those people, but I had a great time. Like, I had great friends. I did a bunch of stuff, and I got to see the world. I got to travel somewhat. High school travel, right? I was a cheerleader, so I got to go to a bunch of games and stuff. But I got to do stuff. So I loved school. But I mean, I've got to do things as an adult that you can't do as a kid, right? Like, me and one of my best friends went over to London this past fall together, just us two. And this was the first time that I ever went international. And two, I've never gone on that long of a trip before, let alone somewhere completely different. And it was the best time of my life. So like, the 20s have been the best and the worst, but I don't feel like the best is outweighing the worst. So what I thought in my brain is, you know, you have the beginning where you don't have a lot of responsibilities, and in your 20s, you're figuring out how to be an adult. I'm 28 now. I'm at the end of my 20s, and I have not felt like this since I was like ready to graduate high school. Because when you're ready to graduate high school, you're like, oh, this next phase of my life is going to be great, and this and that and this and that is going to happen. And then you get hit with all the stuff and you're trying to figure it out. But now being 28, like, you know how to bend and flex, and you know how to get from here to there. And now you have a little bit more life skills where if you go and want to take a, hold on a second, I need to move my bed around because I hate having my house like this. I have it set up the same way every time. There we go. Yeah, anyways, so I feel like in your 20s you learn life skills, and you know how to, like, if you're short on funds, like, this is what you do, or yada yada yada. And now I feel like the new 20s is the 30s, and I have not felt this excited for a new period of my life in such a long time. Like, going year to year in the 20s, I'm just expecting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But now being 28, I'm like, as soon as I hit 30, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna, like, take a vacation. Right now I've been, like, working out, so by the time I reach, you know, my 30s in a couple of years, body gonna be T. I'm gonna be shaking my ass all over the place. Like, I'm gonna be living my life by the time I reach 30. It's been a few years since I've thought about dating, and this year, like, I've thought about it, which is a step. I would like to say is a step. But I've thought about it, and I'm like, I think I might be ready to, like, date again. And granted, I think I'm gonna have to like humans a little bit more before I can, like, fully commit to that. There's only a few people that I actually like in this world. So yeah, there's only a few people that I actually like romantically. I think there's only one person right now that I would consider. But they don't know me from a rock. Well, they kind of know me, but actually, like, know me, where we get to, like, talk and chat and all of that. I'm, like, no different than a rock on the side of the road. There's a hey here and there, but here we are. It's fine. You know, let's normalize the roughness of the dating world. Once I get back into, like, that zone, I'll talk to you guys more about that. Because I make a great girlfriend and would be a great wife. Because I'm my best in that realm. It's when I'm out of it that I'm the most chaotic. But when I'm in a relationship, I tend to be more like Betty Crocker, but also very adventurous. I'm the best in a relationship. But in order to get into a relationship with me, you know that first you have to know that I'm a lot to handle, but I'm mostly a lot to handle for other people. If you're my significant other, we chilling all the time and it's a fun time. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, my 30s are going to be the best years of my life. And this is what I know. This is what I'm saying, what I'm putting out into the universe. It's going to be the best years of my life. Mark my words. I don't care. I'm going to do whatever it takes for it to be the absolute best years of my life. Yeah, anyways. It's already 11, so we should probably get to work in here. Those bad boys are there. Okay, I'm still going to do this. I prefer to clean up my farm first because then I'm able to like put things where they need to go and organize it a little bit better. I do need to start selling stuff, but I should also... This is the first rain. And I did see one time there was a chest that I found. Will you get out of my way? Thank you. Yeah. But yes, I'm going back to work at an old company that I used to be at next week. I feel like I'm ready to start dating. What else is new? There's been some health stuff. There's a family member where health stuff happened, and they are my favorite person in the entire world. But being my favorite person in the entire world, I believe that they will do what they want to do. They've always done what they wanted to do, and I'm going to support them in whatever they decide to do, and whatever happens, and that doesn't stop them from being my favorite person in the entire world. So, and I know that there's a lot of scary terms going around, and there's a lot of, like, you know, health things can be scary. I know when I first found out that I had type 1.5 diabetes, I was a little bit worried because I didn't understand it. And can you please? Thank you. I didn't understand it. So for me, it was a lot of the unknown. So the first month was a shit show. And I think I only had one breakdown where I was like, this sucks. Like, I don't have the money for this and that and this and that, because medication and healthcare system in the United States sucks ass. So it's like, yeah, it was a lot at once for me. But now it's not as crazy. Like, I don't feel as crazy anymore with it. If anything, I should care a little bit more, but I don't, sadly. And it, you know, that's between me and my therapist. But yeah, so I had some family health stuff, my health stuff. But my mental health has been pretty good. Granted, I feel like I should be more serious about... I got a geode. Yes, I know. I feel like I should be more serious about my mental health stuff. But I've been taking vitamins. I should be taking my medicine. But I've been taking vitamins because I suck with medication. If you know me with my past with pills, I haven't always had the best past with pills. So I just don't like taking them. Granted, medication is for a reason. And if you are prescribed it by a doctor that you go and see, you should take your medicine. I will say this to everyone. I just suck at listening to myself. And that's okay. Because you are your own worst enemy. But at least I'm being realistic, right? I feel like that's the positive with being a person who is hyper realistic, which I am, and a lot of people hate that about me, but it causes me to not have emotional breakdowns, just being real with oneself. But as long as you're real with yourself and you know where you're at and you're not lying to yourself, I think there is some beauty in allowing yourself just to be human. I think a lot of people feel like they have to show up in a certain capacity nowadays. And you don't always have to be perfect. I spent a lot of my time and a lot of my years trying to be perfect. And I think this past year really taught me that. Quitting 2 jobs without having a job lined up, figuring out finances within that, leaning on people in my life to help support me during those times. Yeah. I think as long as you're responsible enough to be realistic with yourself, whatever happens, happens. I think you're fine. I say don't don't take life too serious. There's no point. Like, life is too short for life to be too, like, this serious. So I say try to be the best human that you can be, and that's enough. Because what else are you gonna do? Make all the money, do all the trips, do all the things. At the end of the day, all of those things are fleeting. Like, I love going to Disneyland, don't get me wrong. I will go on a Disneyland trip any day, anytime. Like, tomorrow, if somebody asked me to, I would go tomorrow to Disneyland. But I know that Disneyland provides me momentary happiness, which I love momentary happiness. You know, I get that when it comes with fries. I love fries. I love salad. If I can have one thing for the rest of my life, it would be a pizza bar salad bar, because they have the best ranch. And I'm a ranch girly. So, salad. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not here for the momentary happiness, like the fleeting emotions. I'm really not. So I think that's kind of what I'm on right now. That's the ish I'm on. I'm trying to find the true meaning of life. Whatever that means, but I'm trying to find the true meaning of happiness and, like, what makes a person happy. What makes me happy? I think a lot of people spend their life thinking that this or that's going to make them happy. And I thought the career was going to make me happy, making 6 figures, going on all these trips. I really thought that was going to make me happy. And then I woke up one day and I had all that and I was miserable. And I said, well, not that. I thought giving love and being loved by someone would make me happy, but that didn't work out. And I was a mess. For like 6 months, I was a hot mess. And looking back on it now, I never want to lose myself so much that if that sort of situation were to happen again, I wouldn't be able to recognize myself. I was that much of a mess. It was terrible. So I don't want that. I'm a hopeless romantic. So don't get me wrong. I would love to have a fairy tale sort of deep love that you laugh and they're your best friend. Blah, 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 blah. I want all of that. I know I said blah, 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 but you know, that's just me being not so serious. But I don't want to have that at the expense of me as a person. Like, I want to be able to have my interests. I want to be able to have my own desires and know the things in life that I want and share that with somebody and experience those things with somebody. But I don't want that person to be my everything. I can't. I won't. And I will be single for the rest of my life before I would let that happen again. Yeah. Hello? Hello? If you hear a meow, it's a cat. His name is Moon, and he likes to rule all over this apartment. He loves to rule over this apartment. This apartment is his. You should see him eat. He is round. Should I find him? Do you want to see Moon? Okay, 1 second. I'll go find him. Moon! Hi! Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna show you the camera. Fat boy. Ooh, you're in a new place. This is Moon. He's a chunk. Look at him. He's a chunk. He's not allowed in here. So he's smelling. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, time to go out. Bye. See you later. Oh my gosh, I have fur all over me now. Anyways, he's not allowed in here. The cats aren't allowed in the office, but that's Moon. So if you hear meowing, that's him. Gosh. What was I talking about? No idea. Anyways. Have fun. I love this. I always see videos of people just like doing stuff on YouTube and online, and the majority of the time it's so serious. And I've had people say that they want me to start streaming on Twitch just because it's entertaining for them. And I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, because I could talk for days. I mean, right now, it's not live. Like, I'm not speaking with anybody. I'm just talking, and I can do that a lot. So should I just like start a Twitch and just like start talking and just like play Stardew? I have been wanting to do Until Dawn. I've watched a shit ton of gameplays, and I've watched a shit ton of gameplays of just like a ton of different things. So the 3 top people that I watch a lot are the Sidemen, Hollow, and Keem Sama. Keem Sama is the only one that I watch on Twitch, mostly just because, like I said, I don't really have a life. So sometimes for his streams, because I typically watch all of his streams. I didn't this last month, and I felt really bad about it, because he's like my top streamer right now. And I was sick and, like I said, family stuff last month, so I didn't watch a lot of him last month, which I felt really bad about. So I've been just catching up on his videos in the meantime this past week. But yeah, I think that I've wanted to play Until Dawn, and I've watched so many gameplays of that, and I've never reached past like a certain point, so I actually have no idea how it ends. So I thought it would be like a cool idea to like, I thought it would just be like a cool idea to play sometime and figure out the ending myself. Granted, I hear that there's like multiple endings, right? Like, depending on how you play things out. Who knows? Did I water these? Yeah, I did. Okay. Wee. But so maybe I should do it like a Twitch. I just don't want to. Should that be what this? Should that be what my new thing should be this year? Is a Twitch? Should I do that? Well, obviously I want to do this too, but I'm exhausted. Son of a biscuit. I guess I'm gonna go to bed early. I do want to make more of these videos though, so maybe I will do like a weekly video on Sundays, because I don't really have a lot going on Sundays, so I could do Sundays with this and do weekly videos that way. And then I could do Twitch and like do that, but I would have to look on YouTube some more about how to even do it. Starting this and just like doing these types of videos, and well, one, getting a computer that did this. I didn't have a computer before last year, just because all my work stuff I would do at work, and they gave me a laptop, and so I would bring that laptop home and do all my work stuff at home. So I didn't have a computer to play games on, but I've always been obsessed with games, like watching them, wanting to play them, wanting to learn them. I have the original Xbox, so like I used to play Halo a lot on that. But I told myself when I went on medical leave that I was going to learn something, like actually learn something, since I had the time. And usually every year I do like something different, right? So I learned this: video editing, making videos, what equipment, what computer I should buy. I ended up doing a pre-built from like Best Buy. And it was a great time. Like I've had the best time, and I think this is something that I am gonna continue to do, because like I said, I've just had the most amazing time and have met the most amazing people through it. But I mean, there's always a component to, you know, doing more. And so I could do more of doing this and doing Twitch, and I want to get back into anime on my other channel. A lot of the people there followed me through like Bridgerton or A Discovery of Witches. Well, and yeah, we're skipping that because I don't care about that at all. So like part of me is a little bit nervous with doing anime on there, but I feel like I want to provide the content in which it shows me and who I am. And yeah, so if I wanna watch anime and review anime, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do that. So if you want to watch any sort of like TV review, I started out with an anime, which if you watch the videos when I first started, they're formatted differently than now, but I'm constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly doing new things. So if you want to watch some review stuff, go check that out. But yeah, I think today's been great. I feel like I needed this. I feel like I needed to talk some stuff out. And honestly, it might just be a ramble. And hopefully you like that. And maybe I'll have some other people on and we can ramble out that way too. But I think without going to my therapist right now, and maybe, you know, my therapist sees this or something, because she knows that I do YouTube, which she said was a good idea for me because I like to talk. So I think that I needed this, and I'm happy you guys were along for the fun time. So thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys around the corner. Okay, bye.